Greetings, hi, the War Owl greets you, and welcome to Quick Tips. The tips so quick I didn't even show the intro. This time we're going to be communicating about communicating, how to call in Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a team-based shooter. It requires a great deal of coordination and communication. You can't always choose your teammates, but you can choose how you interact with them. First things first, if you have a microphone, use it. And if you don't have a microphone, get a microphone. It's 2015, for crying out loud. You're gonna come across a lot of jerks in this game, and that's why we have the mute function. It's their loss if they want to be that way. If they yell at you because your voice is high-pitched, for example, just ignore them and mute them. Come on now. I know all too well what it's like for people to say you have a stupid voice. People tell me that daily. It's best to just ignore them and just be yourself. Calling is giving information that you have to your teammates. I'm not going to be talking about strat calling, just calling enemy positions, movements, nades, and all that sort of fun stuff. Some basic rules are: be as brief as possible. No stumbling around with your words. Use as few words as possible. No extraneous information or chatter. Use a very clear voice. Just say it. It's like to be or not to be. And always make sure that is the question. Whether 'tis no, I'll stop that. And always make sure you use positions and calls that people understand. Next, only call information that you are 100% sure of. The only thing worse than keeping silent is giving a false call. You can screw your team over big time by giving wrong information. Many players who are new to team communication over-exaggerate. If they get picked at long, for example, they scream out, long, they're pushing long, rotate, long. Too much. Causing a premature rotate from your teammate can really hurt your positioning and give an opening for the terrorists. Call it as you see it. If you hear a footstep outside long, call footsteps long. That's it. If you die and you see 3 players run along short A, call 3 players pushing short. That's it. Don't fill in the blanks. Don't say too long because you think there's too long. When you see 3 short, it's your teammate's job to fill in those blanks. The only thing you should tell them is your observations, not your inferences. This doesn't mean that you can't generalize. It's perfectly okay to say 2B, 3A, for example. After you die, call the information you know and stop. Don't say another word. You're dead. It's up to your teammates now. Remember our previous quick tips on giving information from beyond the grave? Whoa! That was supposed to be a ghost. Using the death cam is very important, but keep in mind the enemy can give you false information, so just call it as you see it. Don't make up a story about it. Just say where the guy is and move on. As I said before, you can't control what your teammates do, only how you interact with them. If someone is being a jerk and calling things while they're dead, I suggest bind toggling voice enable to a key and hitting it when you're in clutch mode. Thank you Ninja Deer for this idea. If you don't know how to do that, check out my tutorial on binds by hitting this annotation link. Like anything, calling is a skill. You need to train it to get better at it, and you won't be able to immaculately dispense poignant player positions immediately. So get started. Communicate. When you set up a crossfire with your teammates, make sure you feed your teammates information that they need to know so that you can orchestrate a trade or take down the enemy 2-on-1. This all happens really fast, so put your push to talk button somewhere that you can reach it while you're in battle without disrupting your play. I put it on mouse 4, which is the button on the side of your mouse closest to you. If you don't know the callouts, the best way you can learn is by listening to other people, whether it be in games you participate in or in live streams you're watching. Keep in mind that callouts are regional. We say things differently in NA than folks do in EU. When you're throwing nades, make sure you let your teammates know where you're throwing them. This can help avoid team flashes, team nades, as well as avoiding double smoking positions. That is when 2 players throw a smoke in the same place. You waste a smoke because of that. I've seen professional teams pushing into bomb site B, Dust 2, for example. 3 players throw a smoke down inside of the doors. You only need 1 player to throw a smoke there, and that just prevents how long they can delay the enemy from pushing with those smokes. Realize that if you want to play a team-based game, you're gonna have to be a good teammate. I'm the War Owl, and I still have no closer.